I gotta tell you what happened to me today.
What?
It's so weird. So every once in a while, I'll see something trending, I'll have a thought, I'll tweet it, and then I'll just close Twitter and go on with my life. And that's it. And then like a few minutes later, like somebody will text me and be like, holy crap, your tweet. I'll be like, what? What about my tweet? It's going viral. And this has happened to me like maybe 4 or 5 times where I had a tweet that I put out, like just not thoughtlessly, but like, you know, being part of the conversation, but nothing that I thought would ever catch on. And then suddenly the tweet has hundreds of likes, hundreds of retweets. Sometimes I have a couple of tweets that have thousands of likes and thousands of retweets. Believe me, most of my tweets have like 20 likes and 5 retweets. But every once in a while, I get one that goes viral. So it happened again today. And okay, so here's what was trending. I didn't even read the story. I just saw that Toys R Us was trending because I guess Toys R Us is bankrupt for good now. Something's going on with Toys R Us and it was trending and people were getting on there and they were commenting on Toys R Us and they were like, oh, Toys R Us, what about Circuit City? What about Blockbuster? And they were just bringing up different stores that closed during their time and they were showing their age. So that was the whole thing, like show your age by telling us what store you grew up going to, and then it closed, and that's, you know, and now we know how old you are, kind of thing. So I tweet, Toys R Us is trending, but where are my New Yorkers at? Rest in peace, Nobody Beats the Wiz, 1977 to 2003, and I post a photo of Nobody Beats the Wiz. So 2 things happen. The tweet immediately goes viral. I have hundreds of likes and retweets, but because it's Nobody Beats the Wiz, people who don't live in New York, who don't know that it was a store, the Wiz starts to trend because of my tweet. So people think it's the Wiz versus Wizard of Oz. So now the debate is whether Michael Jackson was better than Judy Garland. So it's spun into, but either one. So if you click on the Wiz, the first tweet that comes up is mine. If you click on Toys R Us, the first tweet that comes up is mine. So suddenly, like, I am part of a conversation that I had no interest in being part of. Like, I literally was making a joke or just, you know, like throwing it in there and then going on with my life.
Yeah, I don't know what the Wiz is, so this is, to me, the same thing. I don't know what that is.
But if you go to Twitter right now and you'll see the Wiz is trending, if you click on it, the first tweet up there is mine.
That's so funny.
It's really funny. So the Wiz, Nobody Beats the Wiz was the name of the store. And it was an electronics store, and it sold overpriced TVs, and it was basically Radio Shack. It was like a higher end Radio Shack, and they're all over New York. And there was like a little jingle, and like there's not a New Yorker that did not grow up between the 70s, 80s, 90s, because it closed in 2003. So it covered a lot of generations. Everybody knows the crazy commercials. Everybody knows the jingle. So it's just one of those like New York things. So I just, you know, I threw it up there just because I thought it was funny. And then suddenly now I'm responsible for, I've never been responsible for a trend on Twitter before.
Especially the Wiz.
Nobody beats the Wiz. Nobody beats the Wiz.
Nobody beats the Wiz. Nobody beats the Wiz.
See?
Wiz is now celebrating superstores with the opening of its newest store at 12 West 25th Street. Nobody beats the Wiz on this sharp VHS VCR unbeatable at $269.
Wow, that's a great price.
19-inch color TV unbelievable at $188.
What's a VCR?
Or this Sony Stereo
Wow.
cassette Super Walkman unmatched at $69.
Oh, you could buy a
69
Walkman.
bucks. That was a great deal back then.
Grand opening sale at all stores. Be there. The Wiz with stores throughout Manhattan, the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, and Newark.
See, it was just a New York thing. So everyone who grew up, so it's like millennials and Gen Xers. No, Nobody Beats the Wiz because that was our generation.
So they bought a lot of commercials and played a lot of commercials all the time.
Get a video recorder, color TV.
So
large
was
screen
Crazy
TV, video
Eddie
camera,
against
even
the
an
Wiz?
Audio-video component
Were
system.
they fighting all the time?
Now, during Crazy Eddie's
Different
greatest
generation.
TV video sale ever. Remember, we are not
Crazy
under
Eddie was when I was like a
control.
child. Like I didn't really know Crazy Eddie. I think Crazy Eddie was long gone by the time I was able to buy my own VCR.
Ever. Crazy Eddie, his prices are insane.
Insane. Yeah, the commercials are famous. Yeah, that's also a New York thing. But I think the actual stores, I think those stores closed way before I was able to shop there.
Oh, okay.
So
they
for me,
weren't
it was Nobody
competing.
Beats the Wiz. Yeah,
So the Wiz was competing with Circuit City.
right. The Wiz was competing with Circuit City, and I guess Best Buy didn't exist yet.
Right. Radio Shack.
Radio Shack was a big competitor of theirs. But see, Circuit City and Radio Shack were national. Nobody Beats the Wiz was local. So that was like your quote unquote mom and pop store.
Did you guys have Incredible Universe?
No, what's
or was
that?
that a Southern thing? That was a Circuit City competitor. So they made their stores like 3 times the size of Circuit City. So when you walked in, you're like, whoa! But they only lasted like 2 or 3 years. But I remember I got a membership card because you could save a couple of bucks when you went there. And I think when Costco came around, they went, goodbye. But
Right.
at the time, it was taking Circuit City down.
So I had a friend in high school who worked at Nobody Beats the Wiz. So he told me like all the secrets and stuff. He's like, okay, so when you go in and shop, look at the number on the item. Like if you want a color TV, like look at the number on the color TV. The last 2 digits are the lowest price they can give you. So if the price is $289, but you see it says 19 or the last numbers, that means you can tell them that you'll pay $219 and they'll give it to you for $219.
Oh, so you could bargain with them.
Well, no, you're not supposed to. But, I had a friend that worked there, so I knew to do that. I was like, $269, that's too much. Are you guys having a sale? I mean, I'd like to pay $219 for this TV.
You do that now at Target.
I do.
That's just born in your blood to try to talk them down. I've seen you do that at Target. Do you have a sale? Really? You're in line at Target. No, just buy it and go. But you can't, you don't do that.